Hello Android developers. I'm going to be releasing a series of tutorials in which I cover how to change properties of views programmatically in our main activity at Java. I'll start by teaching you how to dynamically change the dimensions or width and height of a view like this every time the user presses the button. So to get started, you can go ahead and copy and paste this code that I have for my relative layout, which is basically text above a button, and you can have something similar to this. So what I'm going to do in the onClick method when my button is pressed is I'm going to create a new layout params object. So I'm going to say viewGroup.layoutParams and then call this object params. I'm going to set it equal to my text.getLayoutParams. So layout params is a class, and if you go to Android developer documentation, you can read what it does, but it basically specifies how big our view should be. So in this case, we're talking about the text or the text view, which has this red background over here. And we're specifying its width and height. We can even specify whether it should match the parent or wrap content. So in order to do this, we're going to have to say params, and then if you use the dot operator, you should be able to see some of the things it has. And the two most important things it has as fields are the height and width, and this will allow us to change the height and width of our text view. So I'm going to set the params.width equal to 100. I'm also going to set params.height equal to, just really quickly, if you type in layout params.match parent, you can see there's two other things we have over here. We have match parent and wrap content, and I believe fill parent is deprecated, that's why it's crossed out. But if you choose match parent, what this will do is set our height to match the height of our parent view, which in this case would be the relative layout. That is the screen of our app, the white background over here. So the last step we have to take to actually change the layout parameters for our text view is just say text.setLayoutParams and provide the object. And now I will run this. So over here, when I press the press me button, the text behaves as expected. It increases its height, and it also sets its width to 100. And note that it's 100 pixels, not SP. That's why it's really small. Another reason that the height is not matching the whole parent is because in our layout, we specified for it to be above the button with a margin bottom of 30. So that's why it's not taking up the whole screen. If you were to delete this bit of code over here for layout above, then it would work fine, but that's why it did not match the parent. But basically what you learned from this tutorial was how to change the height and width of a text view and any other type of view programmatically. Some things to keep in mind are that this is in pixels, and you should also specify what type of layout parameters it is. For example, if you wanted to change the width and height of this relative layout over here, then you would have to use relative layout.layoutParams instead of the view group. But for text views, you would use view group. I hope you found this tutorial useful, and then in the next tutorial I'll cover how to continuously increase the size of the text view. That way when you press on the button, it will keep on increasing the width and height. Until then, stay tuned and subscribe to IJ Apps.